Hey, what's up, everybody? Now, I'm going to prepare you that this is going to be a fairly strange video. In fact, this is going to be the strangest video that I've made. It'll probably bore most of you, so I'm giving you a warning. So, what this is a time-lapse video of me mowing part of our Ocean View property. That's uh, 10,000 square feet. We graded this out, so it's 100 feet by 100 feet, and I'm using an electric mower that's plugged into our solar system. But what this is it's not about mowing the grass. It's actually part of my training routine. What? Training routine. Yeah, this is kind of like part of my training routine. So this is actually um, one of the hardest, or if not the hardest workout that I do. And I do this only when I have to mow it, which is roughly twice a month. So one of the things I do when I'm training, whether it be lifting or martial arts, or even when we're coaching classes, it's um, I don't allow water breaks, and it's kind of like the Denzel Washington movie. Remember the Titans? Water is for the weak. Actually, one of my teammates actually made me a flask that says water is for the weak. And the reason why is this. There are actually two reasons. One is like when we're training and we only have an hour to 2 hours, every minute, every second counts. We're not talking story, we're not drinking water, and we're just focusing on our technique, try to get better. And the other thing though too is I hydrate before and I hydrate after, and because you for me is, and I'm just going to speak for myself here, it prepares my mind and my body to not need water, not want water, not eat anything. All I'm doing is doing the task. So that's one of the things that I'm doing here. And the other thing that I'm doing here, and especially you'll see that I'm doing half of the lot at a time. That's kind of like by design because of the length of the electric cord. But I'm actually training here. So as I'm pushing the more, and it's not the easiest thing to do. You try it. The ground is all rocky, and it's an electric mower, but it's not powered in terms of propelling it going forward. You just got to push it. You're dragging the cord. It's super hot, and it's kind of rough. But in this first half, what I try to do is I try to think of things to solve problems or to analyze things. So normally it, I'll think of like jiu-jitsu moves, work on it in my mind, or problems or technical problems from work related to computers, or things I may want to design, or new content, or whatever. I pick a topic and I just work on it as I'm pushing the lawnmower, and I try to solve it. But now a problem occurs is as I get further along, I'm getting more and more tired. So I start to lose focus. So I'm actually working on my breathing similar in a cadence to when I'm spearfishing, and try to keep my mind on topic, on the problem until, you know, I I have it solved, or until I can't work on it anymore. And a lot of it is visualization. So let's say if I'm working on a jujitsu problem, let's say, for example, one of the things we worked on lately is Z guard. So I'll go over the position and the techniques in my head, visualize what I'm doing, and try to see how I can explain it to others and how I can, well, make it work for me as well. And it gets harder and harder to do the more tired you get. Then you start thinking about stuff like, boy, is it hot? Oh man, I wish the clouds would come in. I wish they'd be more windy. And that's when, I try to use my breathing to bring myself to focus back on the problem. And it gets harder and harder as you get closer to the end of the first half. But that's part of the training. Now, the other thing that you see now, I'm hitting the second half of the lot. The other thing, though, that what's kind of cool about doing half at a time is once you finish that first half and you get to that last section, your mind just goes like, I'm done. And then you look over, it's like, oh my God, I got another half of this stupid thing to mow. So part of me wants to just stop, take a break, or say, come back next time. And that's part of the training. And just, nope, keep going. No rest, no water, just keep pushing. And the other thing that happens here, to at least to me, is I can no longer focus in on the problem because I'm kind of tired. Not kind, I'm really tired. Uh, my body is hurting. It's hot. The sweat's getting in my eyes. You know, I'm thankful for every breeze that comes up or when the clouds cover the sun. And I have a hard time just focusing on anything. So I really just try to focus on my breathing. And even doing that, my mind starts to wander and I just try to bring myself back in to focus and, you know, realize where I am. And one of the things that we do is when we do some striking, especially when I work with some of the young amateur fighters, mainly boxing, and we go what's called infinite, basically no time limit. After like 15, 20 minutes with the young kids and stuff, I feel exactly the same way. And it's a good thing to learn. I mean, to know your body and to know your limits because when you're striking and once I hit that point, I just say, I'm done. Because I'm just going to take damage. I'm going to get hurt. Um, in jujitsu or in grappling, that really doesn't happen because, at that point when I start to lose focus when we go infinite and it can go much longer, like say, after an hour of rolling, continuous rolling, you hit this wall. And what happens then is I just try to focus on being defensive. You have to think less and if you get into trouble, you just tap. The other thing that happens to me here is as I get closer and closer to the end, I start thinking about the end. And part of the practice here is for me not to think about it because especially when you're fighting and you're going, I don't want to be looking at the clock. I don't really care, about the clock. I want to get to the point where it's like, I can go on forever. It doesn't really matter. I don't care when the bell rings. I'm going to go until I'm done. Now, I'm almost at the end and I know it's kind of a strange video, a strange topic, but it's just like Jackie Chan in the movie The Karate Kid when he says, Kung Fu lives in everything we do, Chow Dre. It lives in how we put on the jacket, how we take off the jacket. It lives in how we treat people. Everything is Kung Fu. That's kind of how I look at this. I'm trained wherever I can, whenever I can always get better. Thanks for watching and aloha.